Alright, so I just stumbled across this headline and I haven't seen anyone else talking about this yet, so here we go. Disney just confirmed that they're working on Frozen 4. You heard that right, not Frozen 3, Frozen 4. I mean, it hasn't even been a year since they announced that they were working on Frozen 3. I made a whole video about that back in February. But now we learned that they're not working on just one new Frozen movie, but 2 new Frozen movies. And maybe you're thinking the same thing that I thought when I first saw this headline, that this is probably some kind of rumor that they're talking about maybe possibly someday doing more Frozen movies after Frozen 3. No, not at all. Nothing like that. This is straight from the mouth of the CEO of Disney. Let's take a step back here. Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, was on Good Morning America to talk about the new World of Frozen park expansion in Hong Kong Disneyland. And it's a terrible interview, and it's basically just a commercial for Hong Kong Disneyland. I especially hate when one of the hosts goes,
"How did we get this exclusive? I don't know how we worked it out, but so glad that we have you, Bob."
Oh my god, how did we get this exclusive interview with the CEO of Disney? You know, the parent company of ABC, which is the network that this show is broadcast on. I wonder why the CEO of the company chose to go on his own TV network to make this announcement and not go to their competitors. With that said, the park expansion does seem pretty cool, and I kind of want to go to Hong Kong Disneyland now, so I guess it worked. But during this otherwise pretty boring interview, Iger just casually drops that not only are they working on Frozen 3, but they might actually also be working on Frozen 4.
Well, I'll give you a little surprise there, Michael. Frozen 3 is in the works, and there might be a Frozen 4 in the works too.
And he then proceeds to say that Jennifer Lee, who wrote and directed both Frozen 1 and 2, is currently working with her team on 2 new Frozen stories.
Jen Lee, who created Frozen, the original Frozen and Frozen 2, is hard at work with her team at Disney Animation on not 1, but actually 2 stories.
Oh. So there you have it. Frozen 4 is confirmed. And as if that wasn't enough, Kristen Anderson Lopez, who wrote the songs for the first 2 Frozen films along with her husband Bobby Lopez, shared the link to this article from Variety on Twitter, along with the message, "Well, I've been quiet here for a while, but yeah, this." So she also confirmed that both Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 are coming. And I mean, if nothing else, it's nice to know that the songwriters are back, because the music in Frozen 1 and 2 is some of the best Disney music we've had in, like, ever. But I gotta say, I don't really know how to feel about this announcement. I'm gonna echo some of the things that I said in my video in February when Frozen 3 was first announced. The thing is, Frozen ended in the sequel. It actually ended in the first film. Everything was wrapped up with a nice little bow on it. But then they went and made a sequel anyways, and I guess that's fine because Frozen was such a huge success and there was still more you could do with those characters. But the sequel really ended the story. Everyone got their happy ending. Anna became a queen. Elsa became, I don't know, a god? A spirit? Something like that. She was happy by the end. She had found her true home. And the risk you run when you make a sequel to a story that had a happy ending is that that ending no longer has the same impact, because you know that that's not the end. Like, when you watch the first Frozen film now, you know that Elsa hasn't found her true self by the end of that film. You know that it doesn't take that long before she again becomes unsatisfied with her life as Queen of Arendelle. So I'm kind of nervous on how they're going to deal with that. On the other hand, what does bring back a little bit of excitement to me is the fact that they're working on both Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 on the same time. What this tells me is that these films are most likely pretty closely connected. Kind of like how Sony announced that they were working on 2 sequels to Into the Spider-Verse, and we then found out that the second and third movies are indeed very closely connected, in that the second one ends with a massive cliffhanger. So I wouldn't be surprised if Frozen 3 ends on a cliffhanger. Of course, it still has to be able to stand on its own and be a good film in its own right, like Across the Spider-Verse. But that's my guess. I think Frozen 3 and 4 are indeed connected. I honestly really don't know how to feel about this. I just had to talk about this. So please, if you have any thoughts or comments on this news, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to read what you guys think. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I had for today. My name is Martin Rice. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care and so long.